Okay, welcome back to frame 6 of main title animation American Soldier. This is frame 6 or scene 6. In this video lesson, I'm able to create the animation fairly quickly. It seems to work. We'll find out later on that this scene really slows the pace down of the entire title sequence. It just plays out too long, but for this phase of the animation, this first pass at the animation for this particular scene, it works nicely. Several things happen and it comes together quickly. So let's dive in and take a look at scene 6. So the first thing I want to do in this scene is to animate this newspaper article just moving vertically, very simply. And on this silhouetted soldier, it might be kind of cool to separate the dimensions and add a wiggle effect, a wiggle script to the Y position. A real slow wiggle that moves up and down the Y, so it could look like the guy's kind of walking. What you can see there. Very quick, very down and dirty. But it seems to work. I've also got the X position animated, just moving from right to left. I'm going to add a new camera. I've made all the layers 3D. And going to do a push in at this point, but I'm going to reverse this to do a pull out with some Z rotation on the camera to make the movement more interesting. You'll notice that I sometimes I do straight camera moves, just straight across, straight up and down. Other times I like to add just a slight bit of rotation. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling for that particular scene. It's always good to vary things up though. So what I've done here is taken the typography, pulled it out in Z space to create a little bit of parallax as the camera is going to move by. So what I'm doing here is looking for a chunk of text that I think had some animation on it. Not quite sure why I copied and pasted that. Oh, that's right. I took some text from the very first scene, which you saw that I did animate, and I've dropped it into this scene because I want this text to animate on as well. So I'm just dragging and dropping to replace the text that was already there. I'm going to scale this text up. And I'm going to replace the text that's in here. So that light leak, I can tell that light leak is way too much at this point, so we'll have to do something with that. But you can see the camera move works. and the text seems to work. So now I'm going to go back into the silhouetted soldier. I'm duplicating the silhouetted soldier. I'm going to bring a duplicate further in Z space to create parallax. I'm going to blur him out with a fast box blur this time. And make it appear as if there's a soldier in the foreground that walks by closer to the camera. I'm having a hard time finding the soldier. And I'm applying the wiggle expression to this foreground soldier as well. And animating him on the x-axis so that he just passes in front of the camera and moves on. Reducing the opacity of the light leak. And setting the text to come in later so that it animates on later. Like I said, this is such a long scene. I knew that I had to keep the audience attention somehow, and making the text animate on slowly, I thought might do the trick. Now I'm back to the CC film burn effect. I want to reveal the American flag underneath the burn. You can see it down there in the bottom right corner. So you can see how dark the foreground silhouetted soldier has made the scene. It was a much lighter scene before I added him to the foreground. But that's not such a bad thing. The rest of this title animation is fairly dark. Just fine-tuning the camera animation and playing back. So for now, this works for me. I think that I know that there are some changes that can be made, but we'll come back to those a little bit later.